me in them, you know. So, and I got thinking about that. I was like, all right, and I'm on my own again.
Some songs don't just play. They pull you back to a place, a memory, a truth you can't shake. Born from Kentucky roots and carried by a voice that's lived every line. This week, something real is coming to the Bourbon Room. Stay close.
Hello everybody, I'm Greg McKenzie and welcome to the Distillery. Tonight our guest is Scott Lindsey. Scott is a country songwriter from Beaver Dam, Kentucky. He's known for his work as both a solo artist and as collaborator with notable song placements in TV and film industry. His background in early life is he grew up in a musical family in Kentucky. His father fronted the band The Stardusters and collaborated with Hall of Fame songwriter Tony Collins, who is notably known for Merle Haggard's The Roots of My Raising and George Strait's If You Ain't Lovin', You Ain't Livin'. As a kid, Scott wrote songs and received feedback from Collins during his visits to the Beaver Dam, where many believe this is where his exposure sparked his songwriting passion. Scott went on to study music at Belmont University and began teaching while developing his music career. His career highlights include solo artist phase that had a solo deal with a debut record, You Only Call Me When You're Drunk, that charted in the top 40 for 10 weeks. He released an album, Set 'Em Up and Shoot 'Em Down, around 2010, blending traditional rocking country with the themes of love, fun, and storytelling. His songwriting successes include co-wrote Won't Stop Loving You with Kevin Costner, recorded in the Costner music for Yellowstone, right? Yeah, Yellowstone. As well as many other songs that he's been a co-writer. He either wrote or co-wrote on, that's been recorded by Bellamy Brothers and had other placement in TV like Monarch. In 2019, he joined the Nashvillians, a group of respected songwriters and performers. And most recently, as of 2025, he's been teaching at St. Mary's of the Woods School in Whiteville, Kentucky, sharing his music experience with the students. And he still releases new solo music. He still performs live, including local shows and songwriter festivals. His music style and presence draws from the classic country influences such as Tim McGraw and John Michael Montgomery. His recent releases include Beer's Got Water in It Too, Lonely as Me and Her Memory, and My Dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Scott Lindsey.
Hey.
Hey, Scott.
How you doing?
So, long time getting you here, brother.
Yeah, we've had some things come up.
Yeah, we have. You've had a varied career so far. I mean, it's a wonder your name isn't out in lights in Vegas or something.
Well, still working on that. I've been right on the cusp, you might say, a couple of times, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, been on the charts with the song, and that took me out on the road. I did show Jason Aldean, Chris Young, Clint Black, all these people, and then it's one of those things, you're on the road and you come home and you're closing up shop, you know. And then the Nashvillians came along, and we were doing mainly sync, which is film and TV stuff.
Yeah.
But we were releasing other music also, and that's when the Yellowstone thing came along.
Yeah. Now you grew up in a musical family, obviously, with your dad, and what's your earliest memories of that, and how do you feel like it's influenced you today?
Oh, it's really influenced me. Of course, Dad was, back then, he played in a honky-tonk band called Stardusters, which I'm very surprised you found that. I mean, that's crazy that you dug that up. But yeah, they would rehearse in the garage, and they were doing like the Eagles and Waylon Jennings and, you know, all this stuff. And so I picked that stuff up, and then Dad became good friends with a guy named Tommy Collins that you mentioned. And Tommy would come up, and he and Dad would write songs, and we'd go fishing. And of course, I got the bug then. I'd write, you know, I love you, you love me things on paper and take them in there and they critique them and everything. So it's influenced me today, the way I perform, because I love the Eagles, you know, a lot of things, and Waylon. So a lot of things I do you know, they wind up kind of feeling that way. And with songwriting, what I learned from Dad and Tommy, and of course Johnny Russell was around some too. He wrote Act Naturally. You know, what I learned from those guys was, well, Tommy always said, first line's the most important.
Right.
You got to get them on the first line.
Right.
Keep them intrigued. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. He used to give you feedback on your songs, and what do you feel like was the most valuable piece of advice he gave you, and do you still use it today?
Yeah, it's probably that. You know, you got to get them with the first line, and then Tommy would say, you know, every line has to pertain in some way back to the title. You know,
okay.
If you deviate from the path, it's hard to get back on the path. That's what you should say. You know.
Yeah.
Every line has to make sense with the title. You know?
And we're going to get into your songwriting process as we get along here, because that's different for everybody, I think. But before then, which artists and songwriters do you feel like has influenced you the most and your sound?
Influenced me the most in my sound? I mean, everybody harkens back to, you know, Christopherson. You know, I used to listen to him a lot growing up, and of course, Waylon and Willie. You know, Merle Haggard. Merle Haggard's probably the biggest one. You know.
Oh, I love Merle. I've always, even as a kid.
Yeah.
Merle Haggard. Yeah.
I went on a kick there for about 5 years, and I tried to write. You know, I tried to write Merle Haggard songs. You know, so. I got some really good songs out of that.
Yeah.
Know? But yeah, I'd say out of all of them, probably Haggard. You know.
At what point do you think you finally you actually realized that you wanted to do this professionally, and not just as a hobby?
I think it was always there. Like I said, I was raised around it. You know.
Yeah.
I never knew any better. So coming to Nashville and pursuing it just.
Yeah.
Felt like the thing to do, right or wrong. You know, it just seemed like the natural progression of things.
How do you feel like your Kentucky roots influence your music?
Oh, heavily. I'm from a family where, of course, my dad, as you mentioned, wrote with Tommy, and he was in a band playing the bars, and he would come to Nashville also. And I'm from an area. Beaver Dam right there, 5 miles up the road is Rosine, Kentucky. That's where Bill Monroe's from. So I was surrounded by bluegrassers too, you know. And then I got a cousin, Paul Mosley, who's a Hall of Fame thumb picker. And, you know, he used to play with Chet, you know, and he plays with Tommy Emmanuel all the time. You know, they're big buddies. So, I mean, he's at that level. So I picked up some of that too. You know, so I can play some bluegrass, I can play some mandolin, I can play some banjo. I'm a thumb picker, you know. But my main thing is singing, songwriting, and playing lead guitar, you know. So it's all influenced me. I'm just a hodgepodge. I'm all messed up, man.
No. That's what it's all about. Now, you briefly touched before about your songwriting process. Walk us through your songwriting process. What do you start with a title, a melody, or story, or something else? Or what gets you started in it?
It's always different. It's always different. I usually just do what the voices tell me, you know. But sometimes it's a hook. Sometimes I'll come up with a couple lines, you know. I mean, there have been times I'll sit down with my guitar, just start noodling on a riff, and I'll just spit out a verse and a chorus. You know, just a stream of consciousness, you know, not even thinking about it.
But you said, you mentioned earlier that Tommy Collins told you, you got to get him with that first line.
Got to get him with the first line.
Right, because I know when I write, I'm a big imagery writer. I mean, I want you to see what I'm writing, you know. So if I'm telling you a story, I want you to be able to close your eyes and actually see the story unfold. You know, and then that's the way I write, you know. But it's different for everybody.
Yeah, the first line when you say that, I mean, it can have different effects. You just want to keep everybody's interest. It can be an interesting thought, you know. like beer's got water in it too. The first line is, she's been on me, she's been on me to live a healthy life. It's like, okay, well, you want to hear the next line to see what she's been saying. Or Lonely as Me, Devin O'Day says that's the best first line in a song that she's heard in 20 years. If you ain't ever sold a truck because it smells like her perfume.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
That is a good line. Now, you wrote with Kevin Costner. You wrote the I Won't Stop Loving You with Kevin Costner. How was that? I mean, to collaborate with him to write that song?
Oh, it was awesome. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way that came to be is my friend Jack Williams. I've been writing with Jack for a while, and me and Jack and Troy Johnson, who was the lead singer in Nashville Villains with me, we got together one day and we wrote a country song, and so we didn't really know what we were going to do with the country song in Nashville at the time, because the bro country, so so it was labeled, it was really taking off. So Jack was friends with Kevin, right? He had sent it to Kevin. He was like in the second season of Yellowstone. And Kevin got in touch with us and asked if, he said, man, I love your song. Would you be willing to change a few lines in it to fit this character in this new TV show I'm doing on Yellowstone? And at the time, I don't watch a lot of TV. So at the time, I had no idea what Yellowstone was. I knew who Kevin Costner was, So I was definitely interested. But I was like, sure, whatever. So he sent us some info about the show, and of course, me and my wife, we sat and binge watched the first 2 seasons after that.
Yeah.
And when I got back to Nashville, because I was on vacation when they got in touch with us. When I got back to Nashville, we all got together on Zoom and finished everything up. So, but we were never in the same room when we wrote the song. I didn't meet Kevin until like a year later. He was on tour with his band. Yeah. And they were doing a show up in Indiana, and they invited us up. We all went and hung out. So, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of fell in my lap.
He does seem like a pretty cool guy. I mean,
really cool guy.
But I can remember back this is going back years, several years ago, when him and his band first started. I guess they first started. He wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But then I just recently went to a concert of his, and he's man, they're phenomenal. I think what makes him more appealing
is the Scott Lindsey songs.
It's a Scott Lindsey song.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, well, not only that, but his sincerity.
Yeah.
And his genuineness to want to tell the story. Mm-hmm. And that's hard. You don't get that in bro country.
No.
So, well, we have a lot more questions for you, but before we get in there, we're gonna have to pay some bills here. So we're gonna have a word from our sponsor.
All right.
Dana Guy at House of Color helps you find the right colors and your personal style. Serving Franklin and beyond. Call 615-305-7396 or click the link in the bio to schedule a direct appointment. Looking for the best in indie country music? Tune in to EMM Radio, your home for fresh country hits, exclusive artist interviews, and live performances. Stream it all at emmradio.us. Real country, real music.
And we're back. We're talking with Scott Lindsey. And Scott, before we left, we were talking about your collaboration with Kevin Costner. The question I have for you now is, what's the hardest song you've ever had to write, and why?
The hardest song, the toughest song for me to write ever? Yeah. Is that what you asked? I don't know. There's one that it took me a couple years to write it, because I never could get it quite right. Mm-hmm. And I'd write on it a little bit, and I'd set it aside because I just get frustrated with it. I knew it was good. All I had to do was not screw it up.
Yeah.
So I'd try to finish it. I'd lay it to the side, and then I'd come back to it, and and it probably took me a couple years to finish it up.
What was the name of that song?
You put me on the spot. What's the name of that song? Give me a second. It's off my first album. It wound up being on my first album. If You Get That Lonely.
If You Get That Lonely.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I went and listened to it. You've got an old school feel to your music. I mean, I went and listened to several of your songs and was pretty impressed. In fact, So what's your favorite song? What's the favorite song that you've written that you don't feel like got the attention that it deserved?
All of them.
Come on, you got to have one.
Probably the song that I wrote for my wife, called "In My Dreams." It's a beautiful wedding song, and I just keep waiting for that thing to catch on with with the wedding circuit. It hasn't as of yet. It's a beautiful song.
It's funny because, and I can relate to that because I wrote one for my wife too. It's called "Still in Love with You," and it's the same way. I mean, it just didn't catch, and the thing that surprises me about it is it's life.
Yeah.
And then I had the video done for it. It basically follows the song through life stages. And I was like, man, I don't know what the matter. I haven't got the key to that lock, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I wrote a song about a song also. It's called "A Song Like Me."
A Song Like You.
Yeah, "A Song Like Me." It's it actually debuted at like number 15 on Billboard. I got a plaque for it, so didn't get any money, but I got a plaque.
Plaques don't pay the bills, though.
Yeah.
How do you handle co-writing sessions? Are there any rules that you bring or techniques that you bring to the table? How do you handle that when you're co-writing with somebody?
You got to be cool. You can't come in and be overbearing. It's your line or no line at all. It's just got to be fun and loose. So that's the main thing. 'Cause I think we've all written with writers who come in and they're
rigid.
Yeah, it's a good word to use. They're rigid, and it just makes it difficult, and it kills the whole vibe.
How do you? I mean, for me, how do you overcome the intimidation factor? Because normally there's not much point in co-writing with somebody unless you kind of veer them as a little bit of a better writer than you are, So because you want to learn something, you want to find those pearls and put them in your toolbox.
Yeah, well, I don't know that it ever really goes away, because,
yeah,
but that's good because I used to write with Harley Allen. He's gone now; he passed on, but I used to write with Harley Allen, and every time I got with him, it's like, I cannot believe I'm writing with Harley Allen. That he respects me enough to write with me,
And I think that's the key. I think the key is write with people who will reflect back the same respect that you have for them. And put you at ease because they've got to know you're a little nervous about the whole process, and everything as well.
Yeah, well, if you're not a little on edge about it, it means you don't care.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I write with Leslie Satcher.
You don't have anything invested in it.
Yeah, I write with Leslie Satcher all the time. It's the same way. And when I show up to write with her, it's like, I want to run an idea by you. Hope you like it,
Yeah.
It's one of those things. If you don't, we can write something else,
Yeah. Now, do you have any songwriting tricks or habits that you've developed over the years and that you wish you'd known earlier?
Don't overthink it.
Really?
Don't overthink it. I used to sit and stress over lyrics. Like I said, it took me a couple years to write one song, I wouldn't do that anymore. I wouldn't do that anymore. There's some songs that well, I mean, heck, I just came here from a session. I recorded 4 new songs today. 2 of those songs, I have a total of about 45 minutes writing time in them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I've written 500 songs, so you kind of learn what works and what don't, and you also learn to trust yourself.
Well, and that doesn't count the songs that are still sitting in your catalog or in your notebook someplace that still have a line or two to be added to them that You just hadn't found it yet.
Yeah. There are a lot of those that, and I mean, and that happens a lot too. I mean, there's stuff with songs that either you release or that are cut by other artists, and you listen back on them now, it's like, I could beat that line,
Yeah.
I can beat that line.
Yeah.
But it's already recorded, by Kevin Costner or Blackstone Cherry, or or you've already got it released, and
or you listen to one of your songs and you say, if I had to do that again, I would change that, and you're like, don't want to go in and mess with it now. So
especially that way with recording. I listen back on stuff. It's like, maybe I should have hit that one more time. But then you think back and you were already driving your engineer crazy because you sang it 10 times already. It's like, it is what it is.
So you're saying that you think the one of the keys that you've developed over the years is just not overthink your songs. And would you say that applies to also how your songs have evolved since your Set 'em Up Joe, Shoot 'em Down?
Yeah.
Or Set 'em Up, Shoot 'em Down.
Yeah. Because I would really labor over songs back then, and the recording process, and everything had to be just so, and I'm not really like that so much anymore. It's like, I'll say again, we had a session today, and one of the songs we did is a song called Beach Song, and I got the demo out there, but the guys, musicians that we use want to take it a little different direction. It sounds great, but it's not what I'm used to hearing. So I got, but you learn to trust the process and trust the people you're around because they're professionals too.
Right.
So you learn, and it's just taking time. You learn to trust yourself and learn to trust the people around you more.
The process, I think you just have to learn to trust the process, like you said. Yeah. Now you're now, of late, you're performing as a solo artist, right? Mm-hmm. But you also played in the band, the Nashvillians. And what did you enjoy most about each format? What do you enjoy most about each format?
Well, with the band, I mean, the Nashvillians, we wrote some amazing stuff. I mean, if you listen to that album that we released, I listen back on it now and I just can't believe that it didn't blow up. But some business things got in the way, and as does a lot. But the songwriting process, when we started that band, because me and Troy Johnson and Brett Boyette, we were all writers. Brett was a producer, or is a producer, and we're still writers. But I mean, we were writing some awesome stuff, But then the business kind of got in the way, and it kind of chipped away at our process and the fun, what I mean? Yeah. So now that I'm solo again, I really, and back then I was getting paid to write songs, and I had to show up here and write a song, I mean, there was 2 years there, 2 years in a row, I wrote 150 songs a year.
That's a lot of songs.
Yeah. So now I write when I want to.
Right.
When the mood hits me, I'll get an idea that I feel real strong about, and I'll call a friend, I'll call one of my friends and we'll do some writing, But mainly I'm just focused on performing and building this thing back up and getting it back out there to the people and getting on some tours, getting on some charts, and
What would you say is the best live show moment you've ever had?
The best live show moment? There've been a couple, and there's a couple of different variations of that. The funniest, which wound up also being one of the coolest, was me and my friend Tim Gates, who's the lead singer of a band called Due West. We wound up opening the show for the Insane Clown Posse at the Wild Horse Saloon. And I don't know if you know who Insane Clown Posse are or not. They wear the clown makeup, really kind of like a mix between heavy metal and rap. Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Wild Horse called me one day and said, "Hey, what are you doing this evening? You want to come open a show?" Sure. Right? Me and Tim went over to open the show. And
Now, you opened the show with country music.
yeah. I had you only come when you're drunk at it time and everything. And so we walk out there, and the whole audience wearing clown makeup and black and all that stuff. But they loved it. We did You Only Come When You're Drunk and some other things, and they loved it. So that's one of the coolest, wound up being one of the coolest. I was a little apprehensive when we walked out on stage, though.
Oh, I bet.
But, and another one would be When You Only Come When You're Drunk started taking off. And I was doing a show with Aldine, and all of a sudden there was 10,000 people out there. And then I did a show in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which, is like 50 miles from my hometown. And it's me and Jared Neiman. And I walked out there, and there was 2,500 people out there. And they were all singing You Only Come When You're Drunk back
Oh,
then.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that had to feel good.
Yeah. So I felt real good. I thought, oh man, this is happening, Mm-hmm. And 2 months later, my label closed up. So.
Well, and I'm going to ask you about that in just a minute, but let me ask you before then, how do you prepare for a big performance? How do you prepare your voice and your mindset and all this stuff? Because, as we get older, we have to warm our voices up, before it just doesn't happen the way it used to when we were 20s.
Yeah. Well, a real professional has warm water and lays potato chips and does exercises and stuff.
Yeah.
Me, I drink a couple of beers.
Okay. I usually do a shot and chase it with a beer.
Yeah, I drink a couple of beers, and I might have a water in between. And
yeah, I should.
Then I hit the whizzer.
I have that night.
I hit the whizzer and go on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on to that. I have another question for you, but before we do that, let's pay some bills here.
Looking for the best in indie country music? Tune in to EMM Radio, your home for fresh country hits, exclusive artist interviews, and live performances. Stream it all at emmradio.us. Real country, real music. Dana Guy at House of Color helps you find the right colors and your personal style. Serving Franklin and beyond. Call 615-305-7396 or click the link in the bio to schedule a direct appointment.
And we're back we're talking with Scott Lindsey. Scott, we were talking before how you get prepared for a big performance and you get your voice warmed up and so on and so on. And everybody has a different thing. I used to hear the stories of Vern Gosden in the back alleys, the back hallways there at the Opry, warming up his voice, and he that's what clued me in. Well, okay, people doing it, I can do it too, So
yeah, and what I said, like a real professional will do all that and drink warm water, and I do the Lay's potato chips. Lay's potato chips are good.
Yeah.
Don't eat them. You just let them dissolve. It's the grease covers your throat, and then I will have a couple beers, but I will just sing a song or two. Yeah. To get loose.
I usually just have a shot and chase it with a beer just to relax, because I'm usually wound tighter than a 9-day clock, But looking back on your song, You Only Call Me When You're Drunk, what would you do differently?
What would I do differently?
During that early solo push like that?
I would have been more focused. I was young, and I got caught up in the moment a little bit, I guess you could say, and I trusted that everybody was doing their jobs,
For your benefit.
For my benefit, yeah. And so I wish, looking back, because it was right there, it was right there. I wish I'd have been a little more focused on everything going on around me. With
why do you
business.
think it still didn't take off, though? Because let's face it, we both heard some songs that the artists themselves did not nurture, but the song just skyrocketed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You think it may have been, wasn't it in that bro country phase or what?
Yeah, it may have been. I mean, if I had the same team and everything, we release the same song now, I mean, it might take off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish, of course, I didn't understand the business like I do now.
Yeah. A lot of songwriters and performers don't understand the business.
Because I was a little green, you might say, and a little naive about some things, and I thought all I had to do was write songs, perform. Everybody else do what they had to do,
Yeah.
So it would be that. I would be more focused,
Interesting. Which one of your songs is the most fun to play?
Most fun to play live?
And gets the biggest crowd reaction?
Probably You Only Come When You're Drunk, because people still remember it.
Good.
And they'll sing along with it, And it's got that chicken picking in it.
Everybody likes the chicken picking.
Yeah.
Do you do the chicken picking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, as a musician and also as a teacher, how do you balance the two? Because you know your students are looking at you.
Yeah.
And whether they like country music or not, or whatever, you're having an influence on their young
Well,
mind.
there are certain things that I can't post on social media, because the kids are watching,
Right.
So, I mean, first of all, there's that, and I don't know. I guess I just want them to see that you don't ever really have to give up on anything. Just keep on chugging along. You got to do what you got to do to keep bills paid.
Well, no, I look at it more like don't give up on your dreams, because your dreams don't have any limits on it.
Right.
It's the limits we put on them as adults as we get older. That we start conforming and so forth. That's what I look at these kids and I think it's like, man, because some of these kids have got a lot of real talent.
Yeah, and the kids I teach. I mean, they're all phenomenal kids.
What age is
middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah, 7th, 8th grade.
Very impressionable too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like I said, they follow me and they're some of my biggest fans. So I just gotta. I just kind of watch what I do. Not only from my family, my kids and my wife. I watch what I do, obviously, but I know the kids are.
But you're a role model.
Yeah.
So
I know the kids are watching. So
be aware of that. What's one of the challenges in the music industry today that you think most independent artists handle differently than the big labels do?
That's a good question. I guess promotion. Promotion is, especially with social media, is tough. It's tough because social media, they want you to post 2-3 times a day, and it's got to be this certain niche and this other niche, and they want all different, and they want one of you moving, and then they want one of you playing acoustic, and they want a live performance, and they want you talking to the camera, then they want still pictures, and doing that independently is tough.
Yeah, when you're with
the labels, I mean, they got teams.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the biggest thing.
Well, outside of music, what do you do to recharge?
Well, I like to fish.
Really?
Yeah, but as of late, I haven't had a lot of time to do that. Because this is a good thing when I say this. I'm covered up with gigs.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's really, 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 really gotten busy.
Yeah.
So, which I'm not complaining. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
I'm just wanting to get to that next level again, where I'm doing opening slots and festivals and things.
Right.
I'm doing some cool gigs, but I'm just looking to get to that next level again.
Right.
And this time I control it all.
Right.
I own it all, and I control it all.
You have a new project going on right now, a new album called Meat, right?
Me, yeah.
That what is it you hope the fans take away from that they may not have gotten from your earlier work?
It's more personal this time because I'm back to doing solo, and that's why I called it Me. I got like 4 or 5 songs on the album that have the word me in them.
Yeah.
Me and my baby, me and her memory.
Me and Her Memories. That's a good song. I listened to that today. That's a really, really good song.
Well, thank you. I wrote that with my buddy Joel Shoemake.
Hey, do you know who I thought of immediately when I heard it?
Who?
Keith Whitley.
Keith Whitley?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that as a compliment.
It just really struck me that way. Yeah. If you could sit down with your younger self when you were just starting out, what's 3 pieces of advice you'd give to him? About your songwriting, your life, your music business, whatever.
Learn the business fast. Learn the business. The ins and out of the publishing business. The ins and out of what a label does. And now learn the ins and out of social media.
Right.
Right? And make friends with people who own, big nightclubs. And, because a lot of times those people also have an in with the festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That come, that happens there in town.
Or donate, they're contributors to it.
Yeah. Focus more on those relationships. Focus more on the business side of things and how everything works.
Mm-hmm.
And learn social media.
Interesting. What's your biggest goals for the next 3 to 5 years?
Biggest goal for the next 3 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years. I want more film and TV cuts. Sync is what they call it. I just signed with a company out of LA called Monkey Pit. And they're really good. So they're focused on film and TV out there, and they call it Sync. And I want something to take off viral.
Right.
So I can get back out on a tour and doing big festivals and big shows again, So, and I want some big film and TV cuts, which is where the company I just signed with out of LA comes in,
Yeah.
So
on your album Me, what does that next chapter of music sound like?
On the album?
Yeah, for you, what is the sound you're looking to put out there by doing this album?
Well,
stylistically or whatever.
Yeah.
Or is it going to change at all, or you just don't want to stay with that?
It's not going to change much. I am coming back to a little more of the 80s, 90s country sound. I am bringing it back there a little more. But other than that, it's really not changing much, I'm still singing in the key of G, and the key of D, and the key of C. Most of the time,
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I was just watching an interview with Joe Nichols, and he's doing the same thing. He said he's gotten to the point in his life where he just wants to get back to that old country sound, and he's doing some phenomenal stuff. I mean, and he's doing some great covers. Of
Joe's good.
Stuff.
Joe's good.
And
to me, he's one of the he's one of the best singers out there right now. Still, and he has been for a while.
Yeah,
and he's a good dude. I've known Joe a long time.
I follow. In fact, I'm friends with a guy. His name is Mickey LaMantia. I don't know if you know him or not. He's actually a prison guard in Maine.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of cuts out on a lot of cuts of music out on. He started off doing videos from his basement.
Yeah.
And he does old style country. I mean, and he's got. I call him whenever I get discouraged, and he's got this attitude. If you don't like the way I sound, move.
Yeah.
Keep going. You know,
Keep scrolling.
Change the dial or something.
Yeah.
He said, but don't sit here and think you're gonna make me feel bad about it because I'm doing the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a gem of a guy, a big guy, big guy. But he's got a lot of the same attitude you do. He doesn't have a lot of love lost for the music industry.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's like Music Row isn't selling country music anymore. They're selling youth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not 30 years old and good looking and can halfway carry a tune in a bucket, they're not really interested in it. Doesn't seem like anymore.
Well, I mean, it's a business. They want to make money, so they're going to do what they got to do to make money.
Yeah, but that's an excuse.
Once you look at it that way, though, it's like, okay, they're going to do what they do. I got to do I'm going to do what I do to also make money.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it my way. So,
but unfortunately, though, they got more money to put. Yeah,
they got more money
than you do, and so consequently, they get bigger returns and so forth. So,
but see, I signed on down the line with them, twice, and had success.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got plaques on the wall and everything, but they kept the money, because it was recoupable. I owed it to them. So, I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do.
And that's why I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to get into this. And music industry is changing so quickly with streaming, social media, AI, and so forth. How do you see your career evolving, and how do you feel like the way it's changing plays a role in your career long term?
Well, it's funny you mention that, because I was just having this talk with my band just a couple weeks ago. That something is starting to happen. Mm-hmm. The last 4, 5 shows we've done, something like that, have been packed.
Mm-hmm.
And I added more of my original music. And of course, sometimes we play 3 hours, because sometimes we're still playing bars. But I stopped focusing on the classics, right? And now I just do my original stuff, and I'll do like hip new covers, like Whiskey Myers or Oak Tree Revival, and mix that stuff in with my originals, and all of a sudden now the crowds have started growing. There's something happening, I sell out of merch in one show now, just all of a sudden, and the crowd. It's a good mix, but I'm getting a lot of younger people in there again. You know? So, it's on a good trajectory right now, and I can feel a change. So, and the social media is starting to take off a little bit. So I mean, it's all starting to come together. So it's all starting to work in my favor, I believe.
Well, that's good.
I just got to keep working.
That's good. The thing I'm starting to see, especially with young people, like you mentioned, is a lot of songs that they're hearing, they think they're new songs. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not new songs. Yeah,
and even the ones that are new songs, they sound old.
Yeah.
I get on social media, and you got some song blowing up, and it sounds like it was recorded in
like Dylan Carmichael.
Yeah, it sounds like it was recorded in 85 or 90,
The guy's got a voice that comes from the grave.
Yeah.
I mean, and his songwriting is that way. It's just phenomenal. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. He's a good old boy.
Yeah. What looking ahead, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave for your family and in the songwriting industry in general? What do you want to be remembered for?
Well, my family, I want to be remembered for being a good dad and good husband, and overall good dude, and somebody who took the lumps in his chosen field and kept fighting, and eventually succeeded. Now in the business, I want to be remembered as a great songwriter. I want people to listen to my music and look back on me and go, man, he was really good, mm-hmm. and that if they ever come out to a show, be like, you know, he was a pretty damn good performer, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty good performer. So that's all. You know, and I want everybody to remember me as a good dude, you know?
Yeah,
So I try to do that. Especially as you get older, you kind of focus in on that a little more. You know, it's like letting all the angst and all that stuff go from your younger days, and trying to find a new way to look at things.
Yeah,
which is like what my thought on the music business. It's like it's a business. I'm in it to make money. You know, so
yeah, and you're right. I mean,
when I started looking at it that way, I was like, we're going to do what they do. I do what I do.
Right.
You know.
But you're right. It is, as we get older, we look at things differently, and it brings to mind Trace Atkins' song "A Little Watered Down."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, that's the way life is now.
Yeah.
In your album you're working on now, Me, you've got several cuts on it, like Me and Our Memory, and Me and My Baby,
Mm-hmm.
Lonely as Me, In My Dreams. Mm-hmm. So and you got this beach song. Now, when have you released that yet?
Beach. I released a demo of it. I was just testing it to see if people would like it, because I got back in. I took a couple months back in the winter, when we were all snowed in, and I wrote like 10 new songs. So I picked the 4 best of those, you know, and I kind of let the people decide, because I'm just releasing demos, is what we call them, you know. And if you go online, you'll see it'll say Beach Song Demo. Mm-hmm. And I was just seeing what kind of response I got there, and I started performing them live and see which ones got the best response. And so actually we recorded it today with the band.
Oh, really?
So, and put a little different spin on it. It's kind of like a Toby Keith thing, you know, beach thing. So, but yeah, I mean, I released those, and I don't know if you can call that a release. It's just testing them, you know. Because I'll pull those down and put the real song on when they're done. You know.
Now, when do you anticipate this album being released?
The full album probably just before Christmas time. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, probably somewhere around Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Now, is that strategic, or is that?
Yeah, hoping to get people to buy Christmas gifts. You know.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Do people still buy CDs?
CDs. I'll probably do. I hear that CDs are making a comeback, but I'll probably do like EP. You know, I'll probably do some EPs. People are really liking them again. You know.
Yeah. Do you have any stories behind the Me concept?
Well, it's just that I left Nashville, and you know, I had some legalities that I had to deal with, so I had to kind of lay low for a while. You know, and when I started putting the songs together, I noticed that a lot of these songs had me in them, you know. Mm-hmm. So, and I got thinking about that. I was like, all right, and I'm on my own again, you know. So that's how I came up with the title, you know, for the album, with the overall arcing title.
Was your parting with the Nashvillians mutual, or was it amiable, or was it necessary?
Necessary is a good word to use. Yeah, necessary is a good word.
Well, a lot of times that's what it boils down to. It's just necessary.
Yeah. It had ran its course, you know, and they're all good people. I mean, I was talking to Troy today. I saw him in the studio. He was the lead singer, you know, and I still write with Brett. You know, he was the other member, you know, and even the people on the business side of it. I mean, they're all good people. It's just all of us together after a while, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you work with somebody for years, and after a while it just,
everything has a season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the season's over, to try to force the season to continue just ruins the crop. Yeah. So just let it go.
That's the best way to look at it. I mean, like I said, everybody's good people. I like to think I'm good people. So it ran its course.
Yeah.
You know. Got some good memories. I relive some of them today, because the studio we were in was where our office was, over at Station West, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, our office was there. So I was reliving a bunch of memories there and catching up with some people, you know.
Yeah.
One of the guys he was an intern. We were there on his first day. He interned. Now he's big engineer over there, you know. So.
Yeah. It's interesting to watch him grow like that.
Yeah.
Well, now what song are you going to do for us tonight?
I'll probably do Beer's Got Water.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. While you're getting set up and everything, we'll pay some bills and then we'll come back and hear your song.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Dana Guy at House of Color helps you find the right colors and your personal style. Serving Franklin and beyond. Call 615-305-7396 or click the link in the bio to schedule a direct appointment. Looking for the best in indie country music? Tune in to EMM Radio, your home for fresh country hits, exclusive artist interviews, and live performances. Stream it all at emmradio.us. Real country, real music.
Oh, she's been on me, start a healthy life, commit myself to treadmill run shoes. Says I need more H2O to keep things going smooth, but I tell her beer's got water in it too. And it's chock full of whole grain, sunshine and another thing. It makes me feel right all night long. Just like the doctor ordered it, everybody can afford it. It's right on the label next to the alcohol proof. That beer's got water in it too. Tells me drinking this six-pack take years off my life. Well, I gotta say, babe, I gotta disagree with you. It's like lifting weight 12 ounces at a time, every time I do. And beer's got water in it too. And it comes from a whole grain, sunshine and another thing. It makes me feel right all night long. Just like the doctor ordered it, everybody can afford it. She just rolls her eyes, but she can't deny the truth. That beer's got water in it too. And it's chock full of whole grain, sunshine and another thing. It makes me feel right all night long. Just like the doctor ordered it, everybody can afford it. It's right on the label next to the alcohol proof. That beer's got water in it, Cold Mountain water in it. Beer's got water in it too. That beer